Hey dudes, this is the Wicker Boy here. I'm pinning the result of last week's Your Choice Wednesday. This time around, you've asked me to review and voted for Mohawk. This is a 2017 film. Best way I can call it is a survival of the fittest, where the strongest will survive at the end of the day. It sets itself around in New York, and it's shortly after the War of 1812. It tells out the fractured state and the safety of a Native American tribe, and they were all torn between their alliances between American and the British, knowing who to stand against and trust. Um, but a young Mohawk named Calvin Tooth Rivers believes that the Mohawks should align themselves with the British, saying that they are the best people to stand. We can trust them. Um, and that they can't, and as they can't really trust the Americans, as they say. Um, but he's doing this with the help of a young British soldier named of Joshua, um, who wants the Mohawks to stand with them to fight against Americans, because they could make they think the alliance will be good for both parties, and to support his own government. Also, you've got Oak, who's actually the lover of Calvin Two Rivers, but unknown to both men, who both who find out have a really strong friendship, and you find out there's more like sort of end up being more like a sort of a brother relationship between both men, like a trusting, loving relationship. And unknown to both men, Oak is having a relationship with both men, and she's unsure herself that they should stand with the British to fight and get involved in the war. But she knows with what's going on with the Americans slaughtering her own people, that the immediate survival of her own people, it is best to join the British. But again, there's certain elders and Oak's mother who are unsure they should really do this. Um, Even though there's a good argument made by Joshua and Calvin that they need to do this, and no, they don't. The elders don't think they should get really involved in this between the fight between the US and the Britain. But Calvin seeing that his own people were getting slaughtered, he sets out with Joshua and the third part, and he sets out with Joshua, and he comes by a group of American soldiers, and seeing immediate red of his own people getting slaughtered, they ambush the American soldiers and kills them, and this then starts an avalanche of violence between all three parties, between the war between the Americans and the British, and the Mohawks fighting against the Americans with the British, and it ends up out and out war between all parties. And I will say the fight scenes are really good, because it's all done with handheld cameras, so you're really getting really fast shots, movements, and fast camera movements. And again, it gets you. I feel doing that gets you involved in the action itself. So I will say definitely. I mean, going by the director, he did say this is all based on actual true evidence that he's got himself. Um, but I'm not sure. I've not read too much about. I've read other stuff about the wars between the Americans and the British and Native Americans being involved. But there's so many stories, and so that I've heard in films that I've seen, which are based around this. So basically, what he's saying, yeah, this is what really happened between this tribe, these people, and the actual story, the relationship between Calvin and Joshua. I will say the acting's great, especially Oak. She's a really strong character. It is violent, and especially in the second act of the film, once in like the sort of second and third act of the film, that's when it really starts getting going. Where the film starts, you see all the fight scenes, and again, it is bloody, it is brutal, but again, it is a great film. Great storyline, great cinematography, which like I said, I really liked, because with me on my big TV, really getting up close with it. So I would definitely agree with everything that's said about this film from previous reviews, what other people have given, and on their thoughts on it. I mean, I don't really go too much on what it says on the box, but I can't really disagree with anything really. So I would say this is definitely 5 out of 5 for me. If you want, I mean, like I said, it was a sort of will start off like a period drama, but gets into a bloody action, um, bloody flick, bloody brutal flick at the second half of the film. So definitely give us a watch. So yeah, my recommendation is you ought to really set yourself out and go and watch this. It's definitely worth the watch. It doesn't go on that long. It's 88 minutes, so it's less than like 90 minutes of your time, and it uses its time well. It's not really needed to be any longer. Um, it does what it says. It does what it needs to do, and ends when it needs to do, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. So again, go and watch it. Later, dudes.